welcome to Global Hub Updates. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The world awoke to alarming news. A US F-22 stealth fighter had been shot down over the Taiwan Strait. Digital screens in every major city flashed with urgent alerts. Financial markets plunged, oil prices soared, and panic spread. This was no distant skirmish. It was a direct confrontation between two superpowers. The F-22, America's symbol of air dominance, was downed. Tensions over Taiwan had simmered for years, but this incident shattered the fragile peace. China claimed the jet violated its airspace. The US insisted it was in international skies. Contradictory statements fueled global uncertainty. In Taipei, fear gripped the streets. In Beijing, nationalist pride surged. For the first time, China had bested America's most advanced weapon. In Washington, lawmakers demanded a decisive response. The president convened emergency meetings. The world held its breath, waiting for Washington's next move. Was the pilot alive? Was this an accident, or a deliberate act? The downing of the F-22 was more than a military loss. It was a direct challenge to American supremacy. The question on everyone's mind, what happens next? The world's two most powerful nations now stood on the brink of war. For Major Cade Ghost Rider Sullivan, the day began with a high-stakes mission from Kadena Air Base, Okinawa. His F-22 Raptor, a $334 million marvel, was tasked with a reconnaissance flight along the Taiwan Strait. The mission, codenamed Silent Talon, aimed to gather intelligence on new Chinese military installations. The F-22's stealth and advanced systems made it the perfect choice for deep, undetected patrols. Sullivan, a veteran pilot, felt the tension as he prepared for takeoff. The Taiwan Strait was a gauntlet of Chinese radar and missile batteries, but the F-22 was designed to be a ghost, unseen, untouchable. He took off before dawn, climbing to 50,000 feet, alone in the sky. His call sign, Ghost Rider, seemed fitting as he flew south, invisible to enemy radar. The mission plan was precise: maximize intelligence, minimize risk. As he neared the strait, the F-22's sensors painted a detailed picture of Chinese naval and air defense activity. Everything was proceeding smoothly. Sullivan felt in control. He was the unseen hunter, observing from the shadows. But this time, the hunter was about to become the hunted. On Chinese radar screens, he should have been nothing more than a whisper. Yet, unknown to him, a new kind of detection awaited. The balance of power in the skies was about to shift. At Longtian Air Base in Fujian, Chinese scientists monitored a revolutionary quantum radar system. Unlike traditional radar, it used entangled photons, one sent skyward, the other kept at the base. Any change to the airborne photon instantly affected its twin, revealing even stealth aircraft. For months, the system had tracked commercial and older military planes. Today, it faced its ultimate test, detecting a US F-22. Intelligence suggested a reconnaissance flight was imminent. The quantum radar was activated, its operators skeptical but hopeful. Suddenly, a clear track appeared, fast, high, matching the F-22's profile. The room fell silent. The data was unmistakable. The quantum radar had done the impossible. It had found the ghost. The base commander and lead scientist exchanged a knowing glance. "It's him," the scientist whispered. The Dragon's new eyes were open, staring directly at America's prized fighter. The balance of air power had shifted in a single moment. China now had the means to see the unseen. The world's most advanced stealth was no longer invisible. The stage was set for confrontation. Inside Longtian's command center, the atmosphere was electric. The F-22's position was confirmed. The HQ-29 missile batteries were readied. China's newest long-range SAM, designed for stealthy, high-altitude targets, was about to be tested. Quantum radar provided the initial detection. Infrared and conventional systems layered in for a perfect lock. The F-22's faint heat signature was tracked, leaving no room for error. The commander ordered a weapons lock. Operators at the SAM site went to work. A focused engagement radar painted the target. The red symbol flashed. The trap was set. The commander called Beijing, requesting authorization to engage. After tense silence, the order came: engage and destroy. The commander turned to his weapons officer. Launch! The hunt was over. The strike was imminent. Years of preparation and technology had led to this moment. China was ready to challenge American air supremacy. The world's most advanced fighter was now prey. The missile crews braced for history. The first shot in a new era of warfare was about to be fired. The skies over the Taiwan Strait would never be the same. Major Sullivan's cockpit lit up with warnings. He was being targeted. This wasn't supposed to happen. The F-22 was built to be invisible. He pushed the throttle, afterburners roaring, and began evasive maneuvers, but the radar lock held firm. Suddenly, a new alert miscommunication. Two HQ-29 streaked skyward from the Chinese coast. Sullivan deployed chaff and flares, diving and twisting to break the lock. The Chinese missiles, equipped with multi-mode seekers, adapted to his countermeasures. One missile was fooled and veered off, but the second stayed locked. It closed in, guided by quantum radar updates. The missile detonated near the F-22's right engine. Shrapnel tore through the fuselage. Alarms blared. The aircraft spun out of control. Smoke filled the cockpit. Sullivan fought the controls, but it was hopeless. With the ground rushing up, he reached for the ejection handle. He pulled it, blasting free as the Raptor spiraled into the sea. The unthinkable had happened. America's best was downed. The world watched, stunned, as the era of stealth dominance ended in fire and smoke. The balance of power had shifted in a single, violent instant. Major Sullivan parachuted into hostile waters, his survival beacon active. U.S. forces and Chinese patrols raced to find him. In Washington, the White House Situation Room erupted in crisis. The president, military leaders, and advisors debated the response. Some urged caution, fearing escalation to all-out war. Others demanded a decisive military strike to reassert American strength. The destruction of the F-22 was a blow to U.S. prestige and deterrence. The president weighed the risks and made his decision. The response would be swift, precise, and overwhelming, but limited to military targets. The order: destroy Longtian Air Base, the quantum radar, and the SAM batteries. The goal was clear: send an unmistakable message without starting a wider war. The U.S. military machine began to move. Operation planning commenced immediately. The world braced for the next move in a rapidly escalating crisis. The fate of peace, and the future of warfare, hung in the balance. Sullivan's survival was uncertain, but America's response would be anything but. The countdown to retaliation had begun. The world watched, waiting for the hammer to fall. Operation Swift Vengeance was launched. U.S. Indo-Pacific Command orchestrated a strike to neutralize Longtian Air Base. The attack had to be devastating, yet limited to avoid all-out war. Two B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, loaded with massive ordnance penetrators, would lead the assault. F-22 Raptors would clear the skies. EA-18G Growlers would jam Chinese radar and communications. KC-135 tankers provided refueling. A Navy carrier strike group moved into the Philippine Sea. F-35C fighters added another layer of protection. Meanwhile, a Navy SEAL team was dispatched to rescue Major Sullivan. Under cover of darkness, they extracted the downed pilot, who had evaded Chinese patrols. His debrief confirmed the presence of a new, undetectable radar. This intelligence reinforced the decision to strike Longtian. With Sullivan safe, the final green light was given. The strike package assembled. The world held its breath. The message would be clear. American power, when challenged, was overwhelming. The future of warfare was about to be demonstrated. The hammer was ready to fall. The countdown to impact had begun. On a moonless night, two B-2 bombers, Death 1 and Death 2, approached the Chinese coast. Their stealth coatings rendered them invisible to radar. F-22s had already cleared the airspace. Growlers jammed Chinese defenses. The Chinese air defense network was blind and deaf. The B-2s arrived over Longtian Air Base, guided by satellite imagery. Death 1 released a massive ordnance penetrator, obliterating the quantum radar facility. The explosion was immense, vaporizing the underground complex. More bombs and cruise missiles struck command bunkers, SAM sites, hangars, and the runway. The attack was surgical, lasting less than 5 minutes. Primary military targets were annihilated. The base was a smoking ruin. Barracks and non-military areas were spared to minimize casualties. The B-2s turned for home. Mission accomplished. The world had witnessed the future of precision warfare. American power had spoken, overwhelming, targeted, and unmistakable. The message was clear: attacks on U.S. forces would not go unanswered. The balance of power had been violently reset. The skies over Asia would never be the same. The world exhaled. uncertain what would come next. At dawn, satellite images revealed Longtian Air Base in ruins. The quantum radar was gone, runways and jets destroyed. China issued a furious condemnation, but its response was muted. The American strike was so precise, a military retaliation was impossible. The limited casualties prevented escalation to full-scale war. The loss of equipment and prestige was immense for China. The US had reasserted its deterrence and technological edge, yet the downing of the F-22 was a wake-up call. Stealth was no longer absolute. Quantum radar had changed the game. The future of air warfare would be a race of detection and countermeasures. The incident marked a turning point in military history. It was the first direct clash between the world's two leading powers in the 21st century. The speed and precision of modern conflict were terrifying. The world had stepped to the brink, and for now, pulled back. But trust between Washington and Beijing was shattered. A new era of great power competition had begun. The lessons of steel and silicon would shape the wars of tomorrow. The world would never be the same.